Dearly beloved and honored guests, we are gathered together here to join Mauricio Gutierrez Salazar and Zachary Tyler Schrapp in the union of marriage. I thank you in their name for supporting them and their love today. Today is a big day, not only because Mao and Zach are saying their I do's, but also because they can say I do to each other. Only a few years back that would not be possible. Same-sex marriage in Iowa was legalized in 2009, preceded only by California, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. And even though same-sex marriage became legal nationwide in 2015, there are still a lot of people who will not agree with it. Inside and outside of US, things are still rough. If you think about the years of world's major civil rights movements, the process of same-sex marriage legalization and acceptance is going very slowly. This moment today is not only full of joy for celebrating Mao and Zach promising each other eternal love and loyalty. It is also paved with many battles of the LGBT community throughout centuries. That is why, Zach and Mao, you're about to make a big step in your lives. And you're leaving a footprint in a revolutionary turn in history. To quote my future boyfriend Drake, what a time to be alive. He is sorry he couldn't make it to the wedding because he had to work. Yep, we do. Both of you will get two jobs today. One is to take care of your love, marriage, and a future family you will make. And the other one is to teach others about love. We were talking the other day about how we don't actually have examples of great marriages. We were trying to pick one out and we really struggled finding it. People either got divorced, they were living in a horrible union, or they never even got to find the love of their life. And this is a good thing. It's a good thing because you don't have an example to follow. You don't have a union to copy, and you won't get to learn on other people's tragedies. You are free of that knowledge. So you get to create your own story. You get to teach each other how to speak, how to walk, how to sleep, how to design, and how to raise a child. The love you feel for each other is untranslatable into words, so invent your own language. Zach, I first got to know you as Mao's boyfriend, a quiet, blonde, cute American kid. Then I got to know you as a housemate, slaving in the kitchen mostly. And then I got to consider you a friend. A friend who is selfless and caring, although with a very poor attention span. And then I grew to love you as a brother. I have seen how you treat Mao, how the language you both share was being developed in a touch, a look, a silent moment, a surprise, a forgiveness. And although there is still no translation, I understood the magnitude of your love for Mao. And I thank you for loving him in such an innocent way. Mao, same as your love for Zach has no translation, my love for you has none as well. And if it did, it would fit in a big dictionary and a PowerPoint and a graphic novel and 1,000 poems. You already know I consider you a soulmate, and if you weren't marrying Zach, I would probably marry you. I say probably because I still don't know if I could endure your snoring. I have seen you in many realities, in many turbulent times, but ever since Zach showed up, there is peace in your heart. As you said once, you feel like you finally belong, and nobody can prove me otherwise. I want you both to remember this. El problema con el matrimonio es que se acaba todas las noches después de hacer el amor, y hay que volver a reconstruirlo todas las mañanas antes del desayuno. Or, the problem of marriage is that it ends every night after making love, and it must be rebuilt every morning before breakfast. I think Garcia Marquez was a little ambitious with his love making every night, but you see the point. As your friend, I want to tell you that I have seen and experienced your love, and I swear it's the purest of the kind. Love is love. Don't ever let anyone make it seem dirty or bad. Make love, show love, raise children, live and show everyone else it's possible. It's possible to find and keep true love. And thank you both for making me believe it is. Now you get to tell each other your vows. Zac, you may go first. Mao, you may start when Zac is done with his vows.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Once upon a time, there was a little dodo bird named Pedro. He was quite popular among his other dodo friends. He was charming and pretty, and don't even get me started about his plumage. One day, Pedro found a map that showed buried treasure. He was so excited that he started his adventure without skipping a beat. A while into his adventure, Pedro became lost in the forest. He didn't know where he was, and he started to get scared. Soon he sat down and began to cry. But suddenly he heard someone walking in the distance. He thought about hiding behind a tree, but then thought maybe this person could help out. He called out to this mysterious person with his little dodo voice. And out from behind the tree leaped the most majestic stallion of a zebra. Pedro was in awe. The zebra spoke. Hello, little dodo. My name is El Señor Don Ezekiel. But you can call me Zed for short. What is your name? Pedro was still in awe by the majesty of the sight that was in front of him. My name is Pedro. Zed looked around. Nice to meet you. What are you doing out in this area of the forest? I don't see dodo birds around here often. Pedro spoke in a little dodo voice. I'm looking for buried treasure, but I got lost. Auxilio. Can you help me? Of course. Zed and Pedro joined together to find the buried treasure. And they had quite the adventure on the way. They traveled a vast distance and became great friends. There was at one point when Pedro tripped and broke his little dodo leg, and Zed helped him to heal it. There was another time when Zed ate poisonous berries, and Pedro helped to hold Zed's mane back while he puked. Neither of them ever got a good night's sleep. Either Pedro would squawk so loud that it would wake Zed up, or Zed would kick his hooves so much that Pedro would wake up with bruises. But no matter what, they would always make breakfast for each other in the morning. One day on their journey, they came across the river. They looked around for a way to cross, for they knew that the current was too strong for them to swim. In the distance, they saw a tree that had fallen over the river. They decided for Zed to go first, for if the tree could support his stallion body, it would support Pedro. Zed reached out, extended his body, and it seemed like the tree was going to support him. He added more of his body weight, little by little. But suddenly, the tree broke, and Zed splashed into the roaring river and was carried away. Auxilio! He called out to Pedro. Pedro at once jumped into the river after Zed. With the map in one little dodo wing, he swam with the other. He kicked and pulled his way to Zed and snatched him up with his free wing. He tried to kick with his little dodo feet to the shore, but the current of the river was too strong. Pedro knew what he had to do. He had to let go of the map and use his little dodo wing to push his way through the water. Soon, they made it to shore safe and sound. Zed, gasping for breath, made out a sentence. You saved me. Thank you. But you lost your treasure map. I lost the map, he said, but I did not lose my treasure. You are my treasure, and I would never want to lose you. Zed couldn't help but smile and cry. They headed back into the familiar area of the forest and looked after the river.
A few years ago, you wrote a list describing your perfect companion. Today, I can honestly tell you. I can promise you I'll always have hair, or that it's going to be dark. But I promise I will dye it or buy a wig. I can promise I have light eyes, but I promise to buy contacts and wear them every now and then. I can promise you to always be your size, but I promise you my hips don't lie. I can promise I always be athletic, but I promise to exercise your patience. I can promise I will always be a city boy, but I promise I will see skyscrapers in every silence. I can promise I will always love art and music, but then again, what is art and what is music? I can promise you I'll always love to travel, but I promise to jump every fantasy. I can promise I will have a small family, but I promise our kids will receive a lot of presents for Christmas. I can promise I will be a good teacher, but then again, I already am. I promise to always be friendly, but I promise to fill in the awkward silence. I can promise I will have nice friends and family, but I promise you will love them all. I can promise to love your friends and family, but I promise they all love you. I can promise I am both introverted and extroverted, but I promise I will be in and out, and in and out, and in and out. I can't promise I will move to England, but I promise we will travel the world together. I can promise I will listen to good music, but I promise to annoy you with all lyrics. I can promise to like your music, but I promise to keep my eyes open when you play it. I can promise I will always find you unbelievably attractive, but I promise I will love every inch of your body. I can promise to always be unbelievably attractive, but I promise if you don't wear glasses, I can be whoever you want me to be. I can promise you to be loyal, but I promise I will invite you sometimes. I can promise you I will be funny, but I promise to be a joke so you can laugh. I can promise you not to be scared of spiders, but I promise to let you kill all of them. I can promise to love walking in the rain, but I promise you can stand under my umbrella. Ella. Ella. Hey. Hey. I can promise I will love doing things outside, but I promise to be with you in spirit. I can promise I don't mind being a homebody, but it's okay. It's okay. I clean. I can promise to try new food and drinks, but I promise my food will always surprise you. I can't promise to have a nice car, but if I do, I'll promise you will drive it. I can't promise I will always love watching movies, but I promise I will never take my eyes off of you. I can't promise I will introduce you to new things, but I promise we will get to see new things together. I can promise you to have fair skin, but I promise I will always be brown. I can promise I will love to learn and try new things, but I promise everything is new for you every 5 minutes. I can promise you I'll always be fun in bed, but I promise I will always wake up next to you. I can promise I will have money, but what is yours is mine. I can't make any promises about the future, but I swear when we're together, anything is possible. I will always love you.
Let's get to the serious part. Do you, Zachary, take this man Mauricio to be your lawfully wedded husband, to heaven to hold, in sickness and in health, for return honor? Do you, do you, Mauricio, take this man Zachary to be your lawfully wedded husband, to heaven to hold, in sickness and in health, for your report? By the authority vested in me by the state of Iowa, I now pronounce you husband and husband. You may now kiss. You may now say your congrats and have some food.